This week, the safety at the former nuclear plant of Chernobyl has increased greatly thanks to the site receiving some new vacuum cleaners. Very exciting. You may have seen this. The site at Chernobyl has been quite unsafe for a while. I mean, obviously, it's been unsafe for a while. After it melted down in 1986, when it was extremely unsafe, they built a kind of temporary concrete dome over the place, and it's been falling apart for years, and radiation's been starting to leak out gradually. So they've built a thing called the new safe confinement. It's a massive, massive dome. It weighs 36,000 tons. And they had to build it 300 metres away from the site of the reactor because it's too radioactive there still. So what they've had to do is construct it away and then gradually slide it over so it eventually ends up over the reactor.
Just on the speed it's going, they worked out that it's going on an average of 0.002 miles per hour, which coincidentally is literally a snail's pace.
Really? And so the vacuum cleaners that they're getting as well, these are giant robot vacuum cleaners that are going to be installed under the dome, and they're going to start cleaning it up from the inside.
This thing is absolutely amazing, though, isn't it?
It's cool.
It's like one of the greatest engineering feats ever. It's the largest movable land-based structure ever built. It's 36,000 tons, and that's 50% heavier than the Titanic was, for instance. So they're moving it with little ball bearings with Teflon on them. So they push them on this Teflon, so it's really, really slippy, and they push it really, really slowly, a little bit at a time. But apparently one of the big problems is to stop it, because once you've got it moving, it's so big, you've got the momentum.
No.
And not just that, because it's so massive, it's got a big surface area, it means that just a little bit of wind catches it, it just starts to push it as well.
Kidding.
Yeah.
So this could be like a land ship just travelling, squashing everything in its path.
So this is the building. Here's something amazing. I don't know if you guys know this. They built it from the top downwards.
No.
Do you know that? Because of the radiation, it's leaking out of the roof of the current sarcophagus. So if you go too high, you can't stay up there because the radiation's so bad. So anything above 30 metres, you're not allowed to work. But actually, this is much bigger than 30 metres. So what they did was they built the very, very top bit, and then they lifted it on jacks, and then they built the next bit, and then they lifted that, and then they did the next bit, and then they lifted that.
That is how they destroy skyscrapers in Japan. Do you know this? They remove the bottom floor, and then they just lower the whole building one layer, and then they knock out the next floor, and then they lower it again.
That's like the riskiest Jenga move ever.